What up, everybody? Hopefully, y'all guys are having an awesome time today. I am actually about to go live with Crystal Hammond, who is the co host of an amazing podcast. But right now, the thing about it is that she does a lot of real estate and a lot of things that are happening in the real estate realm, and everything is crazy. And a lot of people don't know what's going on. So, my name is Anthony. I'm hosting About That While a podcast. Let's go on and get this show rolling.
In a world where financial advice is as blurry as a wild night of cheap jello shots, clear your head and your monetary halitosis with the About That Wallet Show, hosted by Anthony Weaver. Leave those jello shots for the amateurs and learn to indulge in the top shelf bottles, baby. Now, here's your host, Anthony Weaver.
What up, what up, what up? So let's bring to the stage the one, the only, Crystal. How you doing? Let's get her the introduction music. Hey,
Hi.
how you doing?
Wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
So it's been such an awesome time since we've chat, and thank you so much for coming through and actually taking time out of your day, of your busy and amazing day, to have a chat with the About That Wallet family. So, um, what's been going on lately?
Hello. First of all, thanks for having me. We're owed a bike ride. So Anthony lives not too far from me, and we realized that we bike on the same bike path, but it's been too cold, obviously,
Yes,
on Mount Vernon Trail. So that's gonna see. I only bike if it's 40 degrees or more. So at
70
yeah.
degrees. I might can go,
70.
I might can go 60. I might go.
That's hot. I like the cold weather because I don't sweat my hair out as
Fair,
fast.
fair.
But anyway, well, hi everybody. My Twitter is at Condo Crystal. So I've been in the real estate game since 2005. Actually, I'm actually coming to you live from my hometown, Chicago, even though I live in Alexandria now. I flew in today to meet with the alderman because I am going into the developing space. So I'm a full-time engineer. So this is my side hustle stuffs. And the city of Chicago has a program where if there's a city-owned vacant lot on the same block where you own already, I own a duplex, you can buy the lot for $1. So since
Hold
2017,
up, $1.
since 2017, I've been buying lots for $1. So that first year, you can only buy two per address. So the first year in 2017, I bought two. And then you hurry up and wait. So the next time the city had the program, I applied in 2018. And so since I had three addresses, I applied for the last four that they had on my block. But I only got approved for three out of the four. So let's see, I applied in 2018. So fast forward to 2023 is when I actually closed on. Well, no, I closed on two in 2020 during COVID, 2021. 2021.
Okay.
And the last one I closed this August in 2023. So you're moving at the speed of government. So you need to pack your patience when you're doing programs for the city. But it was worth the wait because, like I said, this is my side hustle. So I just sat back and waited because way back in 2005 when I bought the duplex, it was funny because it's by the lakefront in Chicago on the south side. They were like, oh, one day a developer's going to come in and your property values are going to go up. And nobody ever came. So little did I know that with my patience and if you want to be in real estate, you got to tell people. Tell people your goals. So the more people I told, the more information got to me because I didn't even know about that City of Chicago program. Somebody knew I was in real estate. And so my friend Shirley's friend Michelle was like, hey, Michelle told Shirley, told Crystal about this program. And that's how I found out about it. So the more people that knew that I was kind of into real estate, the more information came my way. So finally, 2023, I actually met people that I know and I trust enough to start making deals with. So it's real estate. If you're in this to get rich quick, no, it's not going to happen. But if you're here to play the long game, your gains will come. But it's not get rich quick at all. And Anthony will definitely tell you that.
Oh, we know. Because and that's one of the things that, real estate is one of those things where it's like it could easily become a liability if you don't know what your exit strategy is, or even
Yeah.
what the gameplay that you're going to put in.
And
Uh,
entry. Like you need to do the math for everything,
mm,
for getting in, for running it, and getting out. Math should make all your decisions for you.
yeah. So we talking about first time investors. What is that one thing that you wish you had known when you first started investing?
I wish I'd known more about the interest rates because
Hmm.
I or the power of negotiation. So with me, some friends of mine went to a real estate meeting. So I was like, hey, can I go with you to your real estate meeting? So, I went, I learned some stuff, but I did not know that I could negotiate. Like even the first place that I bought, it was just like, oh yeah, this is what we're selling it for. I was like, yay, great, I'm buying a house. And then so when I went through the lending, the mortgage process, this is your interest rate. These are all the fees. And I was like, great, yay, where do I sign? So I didn't know that you could say, hey, can you come down on this fee? Or, how do I get this fee lowered? Or, hey, well, the seller did pay for closing costs. But had I had like a more experience, like I did it on my own, no realtor. So had I had an experienced realtor, they could have done some wheeling and dealing for me on where to negotiate. So you don't have to take what the people say for face value. You can negotiate. Like you can say, hey, can you work with me on this? Or can you work with me on that? So just knowing, that's what I wish I would have known, that I could negotiate. Then now, okay, so I'm at my friend's place. So they're coming home now in case they walk by. Hey guys, come on in.
So one of the things that was interesting when I got my first property, and it's the only property I got, which is the rental in DC, was that my realtor was already an investor himself. So it was a lot easier to kind of have those discussions of like, hey, what are the interest rates right now? How can I lower even further? Because they have something in DC called a Homestead Act that you can actually qualify for as a first time homeowner. And under the FHA process, you get the 3.5% and all that cool stuff because the interest rates were great. So he was able to negotiate some things on that end on my behalf. So that was awesome. So because you kind of wish that you had that knowledge back then, what is it right now? Like, what will be that blueprint, those set of questions that everybody should answer or ask when they go purchase their property?
Well, if you're going for an investment property, definitely speak to someone. And we've had worksheets and spreadsheets too, that we've talked about on our podcast. It's just getting to know the numbers, like know what you can afford, because a lot of people also don't realize that what you get approved for the lender is 9 times out of 10 not what you can actually afford once you factor the taxes, insurance, pity, principal, interest, taxes, insurance. So you make sure that your monthly payment covers all of that. And then whatever you're bringing in, like whatever income, the rental income is coming in, like make sure you have that down pat too, because a lot of people miscalculate what those monthly payments are. And a lot of people miscalculate how much money they need to put down. So get a spreadsheet. And a lot of investors have these spreadsheets. They're happy to share them with you. I can share some spreadsheets with you too. You let the math do the talking. And then even what you're thinking about buying, whatever that difference is and what you're paying now, save that for 6 months to see if it's a stretch or not. See if you can handle it on your own. And then you can go from there, decide in 6 months, okay, this was easy for me to save, or okay, this was a stretch. I need to calculate my budget and then maybe go lower this time. So that way in 6 months, you'll have a nice chunk of extra savings to put towards your new deal. Or you'll decide, okay, let me take another 6 months to, raise or lower my expectations. And then you also want to know what a reasonable expectations. Are you a handyman? If you're not a handyman, you need to hire a property manager to make your whole process go smoothly, but you're going to pay for that. So make sure you account for the cost that it'll take to hire a good property manager that's going to run everything for you, because that is going to make or break you too. You want this to be as easy as possible. And how do you make something easy? You prepare for it and you ask people who have done it before you. You ask them how they did it, and then they can help you with all of that stuff.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So one of the things I said up there, just kind of make sure you're being handy, because I've noticed that when I went to look at a lot of properties with my realtor, he was like, "You're actually a lot easier to deal with because most people will see things and be like, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not putting on new light fixtures. I'm not putting up blinds. I'm not sweeping the deck." I'm like, really? Like this what turns people off? Just a little elbow grease? And he was like, yeah,
Well, but that's sweat equity, and that's money right there.
yeah,
Sweat equity turns into cash because you are increasing value of, where you're leaving something better off than you found it, and that counts for something.
yeah. So I want to give a shout out to the people that are here right now. BP has been awesome and amazing. I also met her from FinCon. I'm not sure you met her. Yeah.
Probably.
And I'm not sure who's theirs room. Not sure who that is, but it seems like they might know you.
Yay!
And we have Ruthie. Gotta give her some air horns for coming through. I might not do the air horns. I might do the sonic rings. You know what I'm saying? There you go.
From
Hey,
Sonic.
hey.
Yeah, that played Sonic.
Yeah, let's do sonic. All right, we get some more levels. All right. So thank y'all for coming through. In case of you guys who are listening to the audio piece, remember I do go live on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. All right, so we got real estate. We're trying to get invested. Where do we get our money from?
Ha! That's a good question too. All right, so it depends. All
Okay.
right, so FHA has that new program. They like you, because isn't it like 3.5% down? Fannie also has a new program. So 3.5% down is money. And my recommendation is like that first property should be a multifamily. Like it should be a duplex, because my first property was a duplex. And guess what? With my little percentage down, what the existing tenant was paying went towards the mortgage, and it was over half of the mortgage. So I was paying way more than what I was paying in rent. So that's how I started. And I actually got a check back at closing because the seller paid the closing costs.
Nice.
So
Okay.
that's ways. And so now I have there's options too. So even after you have that first place, like a lot of people are tapping into their equity. That's a place to get money from, because if you're tapping into your existing equity, if you get like the HELOC, the home equity line of credit, whatever that extra payment will be, you're just making sure that next place the rent is going to cover that, like your tenant's rent is going to cover like whatever it's costing you to get into that new property. Other people's money, so hard money. So for this particular development deal, I have a hard money loan for the pre-development phase. So pre-development is when you're doing all your due diligence, you're hiring all of your lawyers, your contractors, your architects, your money guys, your muscle. You'll need a muscle. More on that later, but but you're paying for like feasibility studies and getting community development. Like you're putting in footwork to get people on board for your vision, because real estate is also a people business. You don't want to be a landlord that's just going to come in, make your money, and then float off to the next neighborhood. Nope. You want to be a community builder, because listen, if something's happening at your property, like while you're doing construction, you want the nosy neighbors to like you and call the police if they see something happening that shouldn't be happening. Like you don't want them to be like, oh yeah, she never speaks to us anyway, and remember, there's no vista in their there's no view from New Jack City. No, white men can't jump when
Right.
their house got robbed. She was like, I know somebody saw something.
Yep.
That's what you want. You want to be in that community as somebody that's bringing positive change. So if you're in there as a selfish person, then nobody's going to see anything. And hey, you're going to get got, not get got. You want it's a people business. So don't burn your community bridges.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I found out, which was entertaining when I was getting brand new windows for the rental.
Mm-hmm.
The whole like everybody was coming outside, looking at them, putting in the windows, and it was like, "Wow, you really doing a lot." I was like, "Yeah, come on in. The place empty, so we can look around." I was
Yeah.
like, "What you gonna steal? Like, my blinds? Okay, like if you take the appliances out, that would be helping." But
Because I got insurance. That's
right,
another
that's it.
thing. You make sure you have that good insurance. So if you do get got, you have protection and you'll get your money back. It'll slow you down a little bit, but at least you won't have that financial headache. Because
Yeah.
that part would suck. Insurance.
Now, what about
Oh,
the
and don't
home?
lie on the insurance either. Please tell the truth on the insurance. Be as honest and transparent as possible because you don't want what I feel like this happens too. What do insurance do? They get out of paying you. So
Mhm.
if you're trying to mess up and lie and shortchange the insurance, you are 10 steps behind the insurance companies. Trust me, they know what they're doing. So be honest on that stuff.
Yeah. And one of the things that I found out about insurance was that depending on where you live, the roof they cover a certain amount of money for your roof. So it's a townhome versus a single family home versus it being a duplex and so forth. So if you guys are looking for insurances, please make sure you call the insurance company first to see what they cover before you go ahead on and sign that final paperwork.
Or
Because I
even the broker.
yeah. Oh, the broker can tell you too?
They should be. If they're a good one, they should.
Yeah, that's true.
If you say this is my situation, like they should be able to tell you. If not, then yeah, they're not the person for you.
Okay. So I get to ask you all these questions because I have recently been through this. What are your thoughts on them actually selling your mortgage immediately after you purchase the property through that broker?
Well,
Does that really change?
that happens all the time. Like that's par for the course. Because okay, so a lot of times when they're selling the debt, and this is a good question. I'm gonna ask Joe this question too from Stacking Benjamins. Um, a lot of times they're selling packages of debt. Like the more I'm learning about, because I'm reading Why Should White Guys Have All the Fun? Very
That's
good book. Highly recommend that book. But even when he was structuring different deals, he was selling debt. And that's what a lot of mortgage companies do. They're selling debt and they're getting different debt off their books. So yes, they got you on the hook for a mortgage because they rate the borrowers like I don't know if it's A B C D E whatever. So they're rating your debt and your credit worthiness. So they're not necessarily deciding if they want to keep it on the books, but their job is to get it to the finish line and then to sell it off to the next person. So it doesn't change anything. It just changes who you make your payment to. Because a lot of times before that first payment is due, you're paying it to a different person anyway. Yeah, that's just the secondary market. It has nothing to do with us.
that's crazy. I mean, it's like because if you think about it, just for ballparking purposes, say like you have a $300,000 property. Like I'm the bank. I have $300,000 property that I'm just purchasing right now. And I know you are looking for like, hey, I got availability for that kind of property. I was like, cool. Well, just give me $150,000. You can have this $300,000 property. All the payments will come to you. Thank you for the 150,000. And I immediately got immediate cash now versus the $300,000 promissory note that
Yeah.
somebody's going to pay me something. Is that
Yeah.
similar?
I don't know how I don't understand how the bank does that and how they it makes sense for them to get that debt off of their books.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
Nia.
Nia. What up? So, I mean, this is fun. There's a reason why I love lives is because we actually can interact with
Right.
everybody. Doing
Answer
this.
questions. Yeah, as they
Yeah.
come in.
So if you guys have any questions, my phone lines are open. You can actually give me a call when my
Oh.
little ticker come across.
Oh,
833-699-2558. If you want to give a call. Some of you have my actual number, so you can just call me too. Um if you want to ask Crystal any questions. So we do have 5 minutes. I love to go, like I do have a drinking session. So most people usually come on during my drinking session at 8:30. That's kind of like the break of the show.
okay.
And we can just we do some more deep dives into that. So
We have a bartender here.
oh, you got a bartender?
Yep.
What? Yeah, make it a drink. Make it make a drink. You got 4 minutes to make a drink. I can make you a drink. So while he go make you a drink, I'm gonna see if I can I gotta come up with something. Oh, book giveaway, because we are at the 4 minute mark before the break session, the drink session. The first book that I want to give away is I'm gonna make you tiny here if you don't mind.
Yeah, please do.
He said, please do. Hilarious.
I'm gonna mute myself.
So it's by Maya Korbick. I actually met her at FinCon, and this is the very first copy. Keep in mind, I'm the only first copy. I'm saying I had to get my first copy, first signed copy with by Maya, and so much so that she didn't know where to sign it at, and I'm actually gonna keep bringing it up because I like to embarrass her sometimes. So as you see, first signed copy, amazing. But the cool thing I love about this book is that even though it's for kids, you can easily look at it as an adult. Like it's nice and easy, big font, big pictures. Who doesn't like pictures? I like pictures. I hate reading. That's why I listen to audiobooks. But if you get pictures to break up everything and break it down to simple terms that the kids can understand, imagine what you can do with the power of you actually understanding it at your level. So this is the first book. The second book. All right. I gotta get some music for Nia because she likes her music. Nia loves her music. Let me see what I got for Nia. All right, now. All right. This is for Nia because Nia likes. So Nia's book is Life is Short, Buy the House, the ultimate guide to prepare for home ownership. Nia's actually now in the audience. She does better at advertising her own book than I do. But Nia will walk you through on like different types of loans.
Yeah.
She even does, I don't know, let me see some other stuff in here. Home shopping and tips and tricks. And she has a full glossary inside. So if you don't know any of these terms, this is the book for you. And please stay tuned for the end of this particular show so you can get yourself a copy today, just in time for the holidays. All right. So please stay tuned, everybody, for the end of this so that you can actually get a copy of that. All right. So did I do good, Nia, this time? Hopefully. Because Nia be getting on me every time when I advertise her book.
Oh yeah, you got the damn thing. She approves.
Yes. All right. Awesome. Cool. You ready for drinks?
Yeah, mine was delivered. Magic.
What? Amazing. What you drinking? Hold on, let me play the music so you everybody get time to go get that drink. All right, everybody, make sure y'all go get your drink.
The peanut butter whiskey.
Ooh, fancy. All right. Nice. All right. For you guys who are first time listeners, make sure y'all go get your drinks. I'm about to play some music and we're gonna start talking details about our drinks. Hold on. And for those of you already know this. Oh, you So you on mute, but it's okay. So what it is that during this time frame, we actually gonna be drinking, and when we drink, we actually drinking because we have the ability to drink, because you can drink water, you can drink juice, my choice is alcohol. And having that type of alcohol beverage helps you feel good for the day. So please take a moment, pour yourself a drink. I'm actually drinking tequila, so I'm doing a shot at a time because I do not want to be falling up the steps on my way to bed, snoring loud and everything like that. So make sure y'all got your drink. All right. So let's see. Let's go around the room. What are y'all drinking? Let's see. So, Crystal, you said you're drinking what again?
Peanut butter whiskey, Screwball.
Peanut butter whiskey. Ooh. It just feel like you just put hair like right here. You know what I'm saying? Just like this one is tequila from Mexico. So
nice.
it's
See the coat, the jacket, sombrero.
Yeah, the sombrero is actually right over here.
I knew it.
Yeah, it comes with a little sombrero. This one is called Orindane.
Sí, señor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty cool. I don't know why.
Reposado. Yeah. It's pretty smooth. Yeah. That's some time. All right. So let's see what we got. We got BP drinking water is on tap. I know that's right. Yeah. All right. Neil, you're hilarious with the radio announcer voice. Oh man. So man, this is my drinking session. Everybody get a little drink, a little party, and how it goes. Toast to you. Hey, there you go.
Yes.
All right. Oh, excuse me, BP. Alkaline water. Okay, alkaline water. That's what I got.
Emotional, damn it.
So now that we're talking about how to get there, what is really considered an investment? Because you're talking about real estate investment. What turns buying that property, now that you got the property, what makes that an investment?
Appreciation. Not only appreciation, and passive, because that's also a difference too. Because some people think, all right, I want passive income. Sometimes real estate is not passive. That's another thing too. But what makes it, that's what makes it an investment. Because think about it, if you're still paying rent, when you're paying rent once a month, you're just paying rent. That's the end of the story. But when you're paying a mortgage, first of all, when you're paying a mortgage, your place is appreciating. You own that much less on that property. So 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, you own it outright. Second of all, too, now imagine if you own that investment property, you're not paying the property down, your renter is. So you're pretty much just the middleman, and you're getting a nice tax break too, even when you own your own outright too. But you're getting that nice tax and the tax break, and then your renter is paying that for you. So
okay, so it's almost like you have a roommate, but without a roommate.
Yes.
If you get to
equal.
Yes.
You live in your space, they live in theirs, except they're paying your bills pretty much.
And so would it be better to get a fourplex or a quadplex? Some people, depending on who you go to.
Well, multifamily, because even Fannie Mae, they fund up to a fourplex. And when you are qualifying for your loan, they take into account how much rent you will be collecting in that fourplex. And sometimes you can find one that already has renters. I'm a person who works into the budget that I have a realtor find me good renters, because I don't want to screen, because maybe my screening could be off. But you do get the final say on who you pick to move in. But they go through all the no-shows with you, because imagine, having 10 people wanting to see your 3 apartments, and they are always no-showing. That's what you happily pay a realtor for. But it all starts with math. So if I have that calculation in the budget, so once I save enough, or once I price a property, like that expense will come out of that. It's like, okay, I need to be able to afford to have someone else show the property. I need to, afford. There's like a 5% vacancy rate is the norm too. So there's a lot of things to calculate for. And once you can comfortably afford all of that stuff, that's when you are pushing a button, and you're not rushing on anything too. You never want to rush on an interest rate. You never want to rush on anything, because I promise you there'll be more properties. And even I say this doesn't even have to do with real estate. It has to do with investing. A lot of times too, it's like, can you imagine if even people now, like if you would have bought something like when you were 18 or 21, it's like, even interest rates. When I bought my first place, it was a duplex. I was making $14 an hour, and interest rates were 7.5%. And it was a great deal. So great deals come in all interest rates, income levels. It wasn't something that I could afford at that interest rate, at my income level. It was affordable. So, and it was cheaper than paying rent at the time. So do the math, and the math will let you know if you can afford something. But you're not jumping on something you don't understand. You're not chasing an interest rate. You're not chasing, rates going up or down. You're going after what you can afford.
Nice. Because I was actually on Fannie Mae's website just
Boom.
to see. You got to pull up receipts. People want receipts. So they have here, as far as home buyers, and they have like the calculator checklist. So this goes along the side what you were talking about, as far as not chasing things and making sure that the numbers work. I know there's so many calculators out there. Is there one in particular that you recommend or that you go to, your go-to calculator?
I'm an engineer full time, so I make my own Excel spreadsheets. But yeah, I love the mortgage affordability calculators, because they include everything for you, because you do want to make sure that the principal, insurance, taxes, and insurance. Because even look, I even made a spreadsheet, because for this project I was getting different bids from different contractors. So I made a spreadsheet that equalizes, like, okay, this is what all four said plumbing costs. So I made my own spreadsheet to compare, what exactly, comparing apples to apples, just to see it all in one spot. But yeah, see, on this calculator, you're moving the slider to see what you can afford, and it includes everything that sometimes a lender doesn't tell you, or a lot of times realtors, they're selling the sexy side of real estate ownership, and they're not including like all the extras that you want, a safety net.
Right.
And you want an emergency fund too. Like, you want a personal emergency fund, and you want a housing emergency fund.
Okay. Now, Nia mentioned something about a cap X rate. Now, most people who are new investors, and as they researching all of this stuff, can you do a quick overview of what in the world is CapEx and what does it mean?
I know it's a capital expenditure rate. We did a whole episode on the CapEx rate, because that's telling you that is your money better off in this investment, or are you better off doing something else with this investment? But I would defer to other professionals on the CapEx rate calculation.
Sounds good. I mean, you're over here making your phone spreadsheets and everything like that. I'm
Right.
like,
And that's another thing too. Beware of people who purport to know it all. Like, I'm happy to say CapEx is not my jam. I depend on someone else to know that information for me. And that's another thing too. For me too, where I am, I don't have to understand everything from A to Z. You just have to have someone you trust that understands that and can explain it to you like you're a 5-year-old. And they'll tell you, hey, this is not a good rate, or this is a good, or this is not good.
right. Okay. Now that we got the understanding, we need the calculator, we got the expense rates, we have all the cool sexy know-how. Now, where the heck do we look for these properties?
So that's where an experienced realtor comes into play, because just like you just said, your realtor works with investors. you want a realtor that works with investors, because another good thing about realtors that work with investors is a lot of times they have access to properties that are not on the MLS yet. They're not general public knowledge. And we just interviewed someone on our show that about most of the properties that he owned, they were not listed. Him and his dad just know the neighborhood. So when different people were selling, they would come to them about selling their properties because that's the neighborhood person that they trusted. So you want a realtor that works with investors. You want to work with a realtor that has access to off the market deals. And you can ask them that. Have a sheet, and you can even ask ChatGPT, hey, what are the top 10 questions I need to ask my realtor? And then what are objections? Like, what are rebuttals? Because what are the top things realtors lie about when they're trying to get your business? Like, you can ask ChatGPT things like that. Just so you know you're picking a person, and ask around. If you don't know anybody in the area that you have a arm's length transaction with, like us, we go to FinCon. That's how I'm the co-host of the show. One of the fellow FinConners are like, hey, Crystal, we like you. We like what you're doing. We like your style. Would you, want to do a podcast? I'm like, yes, me, spotlight. Where do I sign up? So you need to surround yourself with the people that are doing what you want to do. That's one of the common stories, because I surrounded myself that were doing it and people that were doing it. And it was a safe space for me to say, hey, what lender did you use? How many places did you look at before you finally found something? So they're going to answer all these questions for you. And another thing, I forgot what I was going to say. How was it?
It's
For the
okay.
realtor, find an off-market deal. There was one more thing about the realtors.
Top 10 questions ask your realtor. And you said ask ChatGPT, right?
Yes, ask ChatGPT, and then
Okay.
even ask them what realtors lie about to get
All
your
right.
business.
So we in there right now. So
There we go.
all right, which one you
No,
said?
so you should say I'm a beginning investor, and I want to buy my first piece of real estate investment property, and I'm looking for a realtor. What are the top 10 questions I should
Oh my
ask
gosh, my hands
a
not going
potential
fast.
realtor? Like, when you're talking to ChatGPT, you want to get as specific as possible, and you want to tell them who you are.
Okay.
So, because even for me, I'll be like, hey, I'm a podcaster and I need to write the show notes, and this is midnight and I got a deadline. The show is posted tomorrow. You know what I mean? So you want to tell it as much information as possible so it can help you.
All right. So we saying right now, I'm saying I'm a beginner. Let me see. I just downloaded this new cool tool that I can zoom in. So right now, I'm not sure if I can see that. Zoom in. All right. So right now I have in there, I'm a beginner. I'm a beginning investor, and I want to invest in my first real estate property, right?
Yeah.
And then after I say that, what else I want to do?
Yeah. You want to say, what are the top 10 questions I should ask a potential realtor?
I want to ask
A
a
realtor.
potential realtor. And I'm glad Chat GPT doesn't get at me for misspelling words like everybody else. Okay.
See, I like how it says congratulations.
All right, that's so cool. Let me see if I can zoom in using my mouse.
And then now you can say, all right, what are the top things that realtors lie about to get business?
Okay. So, all right. And then we can go through these questions if you got time. All right. What are the top 10 things they lie about?
Yeah. To get your business.
Oh, man. All right. Can I cancel it?
Oh, yeah. See, that is still good ones too.
Okay. Oh, sweet.
References.
So let's scroll.
Yeah, you can even ask about what due diligence should I, do for not to keep like
due
diligence.
Don't get at me on my spelling. I messed up due diligence. No.
2 words.
Yes.
There's L's.
There's L's. I know they so. Oh my god! I hit enter by
Oh
mistake.
yeah, got cut off. Shall I perform? Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. While it's generating that, I'm gonna just go through the top.
Yeah, and then I
templates.
like how I talked about local market knowledge. So you want to pick something, like you want to pick a neighborhood. For me, it was a comfort zone for me, my neighborhood that I grew up in. But you don't want to say, okay, I want a single family, or maybe I want a multifamily, or maybe I want a modular home or a storage unit. Like you need to pick something and then laser focus in there. Get to know that zip code. Like go on Zillow every day, and look up like 10 or even 100 properties per day in that zip code. That way you'll get to know, okay, this is what the old properties look like. This is what the new properties look like. This is how much an old property would cost. This is how much a new property would cost. These are the upgrades that add value, and these are the upgrades that are total waste of money. So you need to think about it from an investor point of view too, because if I'm an investor, I'm not putting a jacuzzi in a renter's apartment. But if this is my forever home, I want a jacuzzi. You know what I mean? Like, or that's just an upgrade that I'm going to think, okay, I'm not going to get this money back. So you really need to think as an investor, not as this is your forever home, because that's another mistake that beginners make. They think they're looking for a house that they want to live in. That's totally different from a house that is good for that neighborhood. Because even think of a house in Soho versus a house. Well, you can't say Brooklyn because that's gentrified. But think of two totally different neighborhoods, and something that's a value in one neighborhood is useless in another. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
you really need to get to know the neighborhood, what rents are in that neighborhood, like what are reasonable rates. So you need to do a lot of research in that neighborhood. So even you're coming to the realtor with, hey, I'm not wasting your time. I'm not throwing a stick in the mud. Like I actually know what neighborhood. I've narrowed it down. Like I really know a lot about this neighborhood. I know about the schools. I know who lives here. I know, maybe there's an Amazon factory coming to this neighborhood, or maybe there is an Amazon factory. So, I want to market to those workers. So, what's important to them, or what can they afford, or what are they paying in this neighborhood? So this is all stuff that you need to know. And there's a lot of spreadsheets out there. There's a lot of books. Like we have book recommendations, and in a lot of the books too, for us, some of the books we actually talk to the authors. And so it's almost like a book club. I was going to recommend that too for some of the books that you're giving away.
Oh, really? We can
Well,
add extra goods.
even for Nia's book, like you can
Yeah.
read through that book and have people that you can lean on to answer your follow-up questions about that book. Because I know that's why a lot of people hire coaches, mentors. It's because, yes, I read this book, but I need my specific questions answered. And a lot of times, sometimes you still have questions. So you want to talk to the source. That's why I'm glad Nia's here. We're giving away her book. And now you can chat with her about, oh, I was still a little confused about CapEx. Can
Mm.
you explain how that would work in this property? Because I'm looking at buying this property in this neighborhood. Can you just explain to me how that works? So you really need to be in tune and show that you're really serious about this, or else
Yeah.
we won't help you.
And closed mouths don't get
Nobody
fed.
has time to help somebody that if you want me to do all of your work for you, you don't want it. I need to buy it myself if I'm going to do all the research.
I know, right? And but because a lot of us are first time investors, so we're pretty much gonna need a lot of that hand holding.
Yeah.
And and this is the reason why we're having this conversation now, is to kind of alleviate some of that hand holding. We did our research. Now that we're ready for this first thing, you talk about the fees and costs, because I think you mentioned that earlier, which was talking about the um the fee far as the percentage rates, which is
Mm.
important. One of the things that was shocking to me was the assessed value
Oh,
versus the price of the property. Because the assessed value, when I first got the property, I'm like, you assessed this property like 130,000 more than what it was actually sold for. And so now I got to fight with the state or the city,
Yeah,
bring
because
it down.
that's what your tax rate is paid on. So then,
Right.
yeah, that's when you do the comparable. You do the comps, and you're like, okay, these are what these houses are paying. Here's the proof. But this is also another follow up too, because you can also ask Chat GBT, hey, what closing costs are negotiable?
Ooh, let's see.
And you can say, can you write me a script to get those costs lowered, and even what financing costs are negotiable too for a lender. So be like, hey, I want to ask my lender what financing costs are negotiable.
Wow.
And
I
even
didn't.
when I was getting my hard money loan,
Yeah.
I went to FinCon Beach. This was the first time they had FinCon Beach this year. Um,
Mhm.
I don't we were just chatting. This is another reason to surround yourself with people that are doing something that you're doing, that you have a hope to do. Because when we were at FinCon Beach, we were all just sitting around. We had a game night, and we were talking about real estate, what we were working on. And I ended up asking one of the other guys at FinCon Beach, I was like, hey, I'm getting a hard money loan for this pre-development. And this is what they're telling me the fees are. He's like, oh no, this is what you can negotiate. I just
Mhm.
would have happily paid those fees had I not told, and asked that guy he's done lots of developing. He's in Ohio. But yeah, he was the one that told me that these are the fees that you can actually negotiate. And so
I
I had the lender on the line, like on hold, and I was like, hey, I'm at the airport. And I really was at the airport. But I kept putting him on hold to ask the other guy, like, okay, he came down to this price. Is that low enough? He's like, nope, you can get him lower. So
really.
because you know how the used car salesman, when they're trying to get you the price, they're like, oh, let me go talk to the manager. You
Mhm.
can use that tactic too. Be like, oh, let me talk to my partner, or let me make up a spouse, or hey, I'm gonna go talk to my plant. My plant, I have clear plants. And if they rustle to the left, that's yes. Or if they rustle to the left,
Really.
that's a no. But yeah, make up somebody that you need to talk to and put them on hold, and don't make that, decision, especially if they have you on the phone, they really want to close right then and there. So you
Mhm.
make them.
Ooh, see, I never even thought about that. That
Yeah.
is not okay. Because the only thing I negotiated was like, well, actually, my realtor did most of the negotiation. He was actually negotiated the home warranty
Oh,
for
yeah. Yep, yep, and a lot of people don't
um
know. Yeah, because a friend of mine she was buying her daughter a condo. I'm like, "My mom never bought me a condo," but anyway. But I think she said something was leaking, and I was
mhm.
like, "Make them give you a home warranty," and she's like, "I would have never asked for that had I not talked to you."
Yeah. And we already talked about the property taxes that can be negotiated even after you close
Well,
the
for
property.
property taxes, the assessor office
Yeah.
is who you would fight for on your property taxes.
Yeah. You
Or
just
the
do a
county.
real property search, I think you do for your state or city.
It's all different because for Chicago, it's the Cook County Assessor's Office. Cook
Oh.
County Assessor's Office, like ccrd.info. Like, I'm very familiar with all their sites, but yeah, you can do. And they even in the mailer now, they even send you instructions on how to fight your tax assessment.
Mhm.
Because all you're doing is saying, hey, this is what these addresses are paying on my same block, and this is what I want to pay to.
Oh, I didn't know you can do that the same like, hey, everybody else is paying it. I wanna
Yeah, I mean,
nice.
it makes no sense.
Yeah,
Because
I had to go to the I didn't look at my neighbors because they were paying more than what I was paying. I was like, yeah, y'all crazy. So so we coming up to the last round of this particular live show. And for those of you, as we mentioned earlier, we giving away 2 books for this. So the first book I want to give away. Um, let's see. Should we do kids first or should we
yeah,
do the adults first? Which one?
do
Kids or adults?
the kids book first. And also too, when you're at the closing table too, always read everything. They're banking on you not reading stuff and charging you for stuff. Because my friend Shirley's here. She's writing notes. You can come and talk. But yeah, she was like, they charge her for some documents that they emailed to her that they never sent. And
Yeah, bring her in. Let's see.
Yeah, and $150. Like, come on, email
$150. Really?
Right. And you can tell them that too. Be like, do you know how far 100? Yeah, or yeah,
show me the email with
the
the documents.
Exactly. And you know how far $150 goes at Costco? Like, you getting me out of a good Costco trip.
Yo, you can at least get your first round of groceries or something. Actually, no, $150 at Costco, you probably get like 2 items. Like,
no, you can get that's toilet paper for some months. That's
8 items.
That's 8.
It's hilarious.
How many rotisserie chickens is that?
So true. All right. So since we're doing kids first, hashtag. What do you think we should do? Hashtag. I'm thinking hashtag kids. Which one are you thinking?
Smart kids.
Ooh, hashtag smart kids. Okay.
Yeah.
You can enter too if you want to. Just go to YouTube on your phone and follow, and then you can actually participate if you want to participate. Crystal, you can. So hashtag smart kids for this book, and let me share. So everybody, if you want to be inside this drawing to get this book by Maya Korbick, like I said, this is her first set of books this year. These are brand new. And as you see, I'll remove you right quick, Crystal. I got you.
Yeah, move me.
So as you see, everything is color coded, easy to follow, beautiful pictures. This is her right here. If you ever want to meet her, I actually have her episode coming up next week, Tuesday. So make sure you already subscribe to the show. Look at this. Easy to follow. You know what a dividend is. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can figure out how things are distributed from the stocks. Nice color coded photos. This is very high quality stuff. If you're missing out on, you're going to be missing out on this. So make sure that you put in that hashtag smart kids. And as soon as you put it in there, I'm actually put it up for the drawing. And you only do one entry. Smart kids. And booyah. All right. So let me see if I can share my screen. Share my tab. Oh, there you go, Chris. All right. So it got 0 entries right now. So how many of y'all actually trying? You posted in the chat. Where y'all chatting at right now? Just go down and type in, and as you type in, it will automatically add in some entries. Okay, so we got the smart kids thing going on. We got 2 entries right now. It's cool. So one of the things is that we have, like, I like about doing this giveaway is that, hey, it's the holidays. Again, I want to make sure that you guys become winners, not losers. And I want you to give this out to kids, smart kids, and turn your kids to smart kids. And
Smart
this is something.
Kids. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Not that we are smart kids, but.
Well, you as a parent can read it first and do all the activities, and then like, all right, here you go.
I learned this for you.
Mm-hmm. But it's all marked up. I want to play the games. That's fine. If you guys know people that you want to help participate in this, you better tell a friend if you really want to win this.
Phone a friend.
Phone a friend. I mean, I only got 2 entries. It's not unfair. I want to make sure everybody's in here. Get it. Okay. If I win it, I don't know. I'll do another giveaway.
How do we go to YouTube?
Yeah, just go to YouTube. Just click on the thing. Go to the.
I don't want it to give feedback.
YouTube.
Yeah. How do I?
Just turn down your volume on your phone. There you go.
Okay.
And then you can just type in
in chat.
Yep. Because we want to make sure everybody get a little something. Let me see if I got some music for this. All right, we got 3. Suey Fab. I like that. Alrighty.
The music. This is rocket.
Right. All right.
Spotify top song.
Spotify. I don't know.
Your rap. No, it just came out with your. You know how they do the once a year? They tell you your top 5 and all that stuff. That just came out.
Oh, the rap.
Yes, the rap.
Yeah. I mean, mine was okay. It's better than what I thought it would be, but these are changed.
Well, I'm a big Beyonce fan, so yeah. See,
top 200
produced by BP. Yeah, your top 2023 songs. I had like 3 Beyonce songs, a Zumba song, and that Unholy song. Yeah, I like that song. Sam Smith song.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do like
but yeah,
that song.
also it didn't count for me because I teach the fitness classes. That's my other side hustle. So that was a lot of my songs.
Oh, geez, sorry about that. That was like I clicked on it and I was like, oh, okay. It started playing a song. All right, I didn't realize that. All right, so let's go on and go with this drawing. We got 3 people in here. Let's see what we got. Let's move us out the way.
Oh, yeah, you can move me out of the way.
Keep moving you out the way. Yay, you won. Let's give it a round of applause for winning.
I can defer to someone else.
Let's say that again.
I got her book. Is there a second placer?
There's a second place. Oh, you want to do this? I mean, I can remove entries.
Oh, no, draw again. There it is.
Oh, you know, I mean, it cheated. All right, we're gonna do it again. We got 3 people. If you guys know somebody that want to be part of this, just shoot them this link so you can go down and get in there. All right, let's go one more time.
It cheated.
Right, let's see.
Mia likes that song too. Apparently, I loved it.
I got another song. Let's see what's this one. Yeah, I don't know.
You guys put your things in the chat so I can follow you guys.
Oh yeah, put your @ handles in the chat so people can follow you on IG.
My other side hustle is sewing. That's why it's the so fab. I actually made what I have on in that picture.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Man, you do everything. All right, we're about to do this run again.
Except for get married and have kids. Late. It's not too late.
If you win again, that'd be funny.
It would. There's no way.
Oh my god! You know what? I'm gonna do this. What I'm gonna do? All right. See, stop this. All right. So what I'm gonna do? I think I can go back. Hold on. Let me go back and do hashtag smart kids, which we all have put in. Got the 3 and oh, you know what? All right. Oh, exclude multiple drawings. There we go. I feel like I gotta rush because of the music. It's like rushing me in. Oh, gotta pick my stream. Cool.
Oh yeah, because I remember Nia from Women and Money too.
We don't get somebody else.
But...
Hey, Nia got it. There we go. We got. Hey. All right, Nia. You got it.
And Women and Money. Who organized the remember when we went to the
Yes, she did. She organized that. She did a great job organizing.
Yes.
Yeah, let's give her some air horns for that one because she did an amazing job.
We had a blast in New Orleans.
All right. So Nia, I think I should have your address so I can just mail it to you. If not, just shoot me an email with your address and I can shoot it to you. Well, he's not a baby. Okay. For my baby cousin. Awesome. Cool.
Oh, that's sweet. Well, he's not
Yeah.
a baby.
So we're gonna make sure I'm gonna stay up late because now everybody likes spending my money, so it's great. So all right. So Nia, I know you like to advertise your book. Do you want to give me a phone call so we can have you up here to advertise your book before I
Yeah.
throw your stuff up there? You can either give me a call or if you're on your phone, I can shoot you the link if you want to join us on the back end. So let me see. I'm gonna do my drawing. Let me remove this and get this going. This is actually pretty exciting. Are you going for your third drink?
Huh?
Are you going for your third drink? Or are you done?
I had a mimosa. So listen, I flew here this morning. My flight was at 7.
Wow.
And my holiday party was last night. So I won the ugly sweater contest and did lots of karaoke. So yeah, I'm on.
What was the ugly sweater? Do you still have it?
Oh, well, I mean, it's in DC, but it was called the Bodega. I had stapled everything, a lot of stuff that was in my office. So I had socks, dryer sheets, tea bags, emergency, band-aids, like, oh yeah, my stocking, my Chicago Bears stock, like it was funny. So I stapled a whole bunch of random stuff that I had around the office. I posted the video on my Facebook. I'll post it on my Instagram.
All right. We're gonna have to since you already took a picture of it, since we waiting for Nia to come on through, we can actually
She said she can do either. Oh, she's doing this on her phone.
Yeah, so I shot her. Yeah, I shot you the link via your email.
Oh,
The two
StreamYard,
yeah, StreamYard, yeah. So you can come on the back end if you want to keep your phone and participate. Well, it's up to you if you want to participate on the next one. But for the hashtag side of the house, you know what? Let's take this moment to while Nia is getting prepared. I'm gonna go ahead on and we're gonna talk about your show. Take a
Oh,
look. Yeah.
oh, stacking D's. So another FinConner. So if you scroll to our latest episode, so we talked to Antoinette from Maximizing Your Rentals. So Antoinette, she's from Fearless and 5. She converted one of her rentals into an assisted living facility and makes $90,000 a month.
What?
But it took her 2 years though, because she had to get it's a business. So she had to get all the proper licensing. She actually hired nurses and she turned a single family house. So it was it was like a 4-bedroom, whatever. She turned it into a 3-bed, 1.5 bath on one side. And then it's a 1-bed, 1.5 bath on the other side for where the nurses live during their shift. And
Nice.
it's $90,000. So I was like, during the episode, you'll hear me quit and say I'm going to quit and do that now. But
how'd she get a permit?
I don't know about the occupancy permit. That's what I wanted to ask about the occupancy because she did.
Sorry.
Because in that city,
Okay, that's a good question.
So it's in Orlando. So she put a wall in the middle. She talks about this on the show. She put a wall in the middle of the rentals. And as long as, because at first she lived in one, so it was legal, but that is a good question. And I want to see what they look like. It would be cool to see what they look like. But that also opens the window to, there's so many other kinds of homes like that. You got postpartum homes. So a lot of times women, after they have a baby, instead of paying all that money at the hospital, and instead of going home where they don't have everything, there's that middle ground. Surgeries, people do that for surgeries too. I never knew that was a whole nother. The plastic surgeries, the BBLs, they can't sit. They gotta, I guess, you can special chairs for them to sit like this.
Right.
But it is cool to talk. So we talk to so many different people that make money different ways in real estate, and a lot of times they're authors too. And what I like about it too, as I'm a 9 to 5er, I actually like my job. most days. I love my job. So I don't want to quit my job, but I like my job because I like going to work and going to the holiday parties, all that fun stuff. And so we do talk to a lot of people too who still have a 9 to 5 and they do the real estate on the side. So that's a lot of people. They share their spreadsheets that they use. They share their methods they use. So it's for beginners. So if you're a beginner, we explain. There's a CapEx episode.
Nice.
It explains it a lot better than I can. And that's the beauty of it too, because I'm learning stuff that I've wanted to learn about too. So we have people on. And we have over 80,000 listeners. We are not even a year old yet. Yeah, we crossed 80,000. Actually, let me hear. I'm going to log into it now to see how many.
All right. Well, while you're logging in, we have a wonderful author that's coming up.
There she goes. You ready?
Yep. All right. We got to get up in there, get the shoulders going. You know what I'm saying?
81,000.
Oh, you took. All right. Hi. Welcome to the stage, Nia.
Hey, how y'all doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
I was gonna say, I had something to say from what Crystal was saying. Dang it, I had something I said I was gonna come on and say. She was just saying, I'm a 9 to 5er too.
See?
So I'm a 9 to 5er. I like my job.
My best
It's very flexible.
She's a lawyer. Then they have a spin studio.
I'm a lawyer. I own a business. We work all the time. I don't need to be in here. I'm just kind of watching. I'm watching.
Yeah, so I like my job. My job is very flexible, so it allows me to run my business while doing my job. So same thing. It's a part of my goals. So it's not a short term me planning to leave it in the next year or two either. It's a part of my system. And it helps me when it comes to real estate too, because it's a secure income.
Yeah, for the lenders like to see that.
Yeah.
So the lenders that don't care because they just look at the deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
But
more hard money lenders.
They see it too, and they won't let that slip through the cracks. And they help you through it too, because that's another cool thing too about being a woman. That's one minority, and then Black. That's another minority, and we're not in this space. So, because even last month, was it month before last? I was here for the Chicago Build Expo. It was a free conference.
I saw that.
I met so many people.
And it was after I moved. I was so mad.
Oh, okay.
I just relocated from Chicago.
Okay. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah. But I met a lot of people. I met people from the city. I met different contractor associations. There's a contractor association for everything. There's a women one. There's a minority one. There's just a whole bunch of different. So, go ahead, Nia.
But no, that's good to know because it makes a huge difference. I'm fortunate to know enough that I have a mentor that he's just, an older Black male. He's invested in real estate and he left his job. He got laid off and that severance included a non-compete clause. And he was like, no, absolutely not. So he declined it. And instead he went into real estate and he's been doing real estate ever since.
Yeah.
And he has like 15 to 20 properties, but he just wants more of a. So he's in Texas, but he invests in Cleveland. He got properties in Georgia. He wants more of us to know that it's possible. So I follow him like Secret Squirrel and just like watch and learn and ask questions. And that's how I've learned a lot of what I know.
And that's what I love about our community. Sorry, Anthony, we took over. Go ahead, scoot yourself out. No, just kidding. But no,
I know, right? He's been putting you to the side all day.
No, we're just kidding. Come back. We can't do this without you. But no, it's like
slowly move.
People can't wait to share. Like we're doing this, new to the area, and we want y'all to do it too. Like we gain nothing from keeping information to ourselves. There's enough for everybody to eat. So the more we share, the more we learn, and the more that comes back to us. And so you'll notice, like community, we love sharing what we learned. Like that's why I have all these hustles too, because when I learn something cool, I love teaching others. I can't help it.
Nice.
Welcome back, Anthony.
Thank you. Welcome back to our show. We're glad to have
for
you.
allowing me to come back.
You guys, welcome. This is Anthony Weaver from About That Wallet, and he's going to be sharing with us today.
How to exit.
Exactly.
And drink strengths.
I just provide.
He's stage crew.
Yeah. I tried all the sound effects and everything like that, so that's all.
Exactly. See, stage crew.
Yeah. All right. So Nia, we have you up here to do your book giveaway because you're the only person that can do your book giveaway like anybody else. So, yes, I have a Baltimore accent, so yes, the do's and twos. What do you want to do the hashtag for your book giveaway?
Buy the house.
Buy the house.
Buy the house. Love it. All right, everybody. Make sure that you put in buy the house. Put it right now in the chat. Just how you talking about it and everything like that.
That is that's cool how it picks it up as an entry.
It is. StreamYard is the bomb.
Yeah.
We use
Anthony has really showed me what StreamYard can do.
Yeah, we use Riverside. We haven't taken full advantage of its features, but it has features. It has like an AI built in that'll take clips from the conversation.
They do post-production features though. That's
right.
good.
It's yeah. We're not bad.
So we gotta get people thinking.
So you want me to give a synopsis of the book?
Yeah. They want to get a synopsis.
Yeah, synopsis of CapEx. No, just kidding.
So, CapEx depends on your market. It's going to be different for different markets. But so this book is made for first-time home buyers. I bought my first investment property in 2020, and in that process, I walked my people through like every painstaking detail. Because of that, I got so many horror stories that I heard, or just people who didn't know about the process. So that's what made me feel like I had to create a resource. Like, even if they can't, maybe they don't feel comfortable working with me, or maybe they can't afford a course I have, let me create a resource they have that's tangible that they can go through to empower them through their process. Because pretty much like Crystal said, a lot of people out here are scamming. A lot of these realtors don't really educate you. They say all these things just to motivate you to purchase. And lenders do the same thing, because especially when they get into these scarcity markets where people are not buying as often, they get really scandalous. So going through the book, it has everything. First of all, I tell my story. So I bought and lost my first home at the age of 27. So I tell that whole story and what I learned and how it shaped my process. Then I go through what you need to do, like preparing your finances, and everything gets explained from the lender's perspective, so you can know like why they're asking for these things. They're telling you not to make huge purchases because it looks risky and it looks like you might be mismanaging. So it's basically to help the first-time home buyer who's looking to purchase. It also goes through comparing buying a condo to a multi-unit to a single family, and like the pros and cons of each, so that you can learn. It goes through questions you should ask your lender, questions you can ask your realtor or a loan officer, similar to what Crystal said, like what things are negotiables, asking what overlays they might have, which are additional restrictions they might have from what you might see online. Because at the end of the day, FHA, Fannie Mae, they are not the ones giving you the money. The lender is. So they're going to make requirements when they're giving out money, the same as you can do when you give out your money. So the book is basically breaking all those things down and putting them in regular terms. It goes through the full home buying process so you can know all the different steps to expect. It goes through the home inspection. What can you expect through that? What things not to do while you're going through a home buying process. Don't co-sign anything. Don't move large sums of money. All those things that might be looked at as frowned upon by the lender. And then lastly, there's going to be a glossary at the end in alphabetical order. So as you're going through this process, if your lender or your realtor are using terms you don't know, sometimes we feel intimidated and we might not ask what that term means because we feel like, oh, if I ask, that makes me look stupid. Really, even though it doesn't, I wanted to provide, again, another resource so you have something that breaks it down in layman terms so you can be more empowered in your process, because that is the biggest weapon against fear. when it comes to doing anything, being educated about it and more knowledgeable will make you be more comfortable.
Boom. That's all we got. So make sure that you go ahead on and do hashtag buy the house. If you actually want this book, go ahead on and type in right now hashtag buy the house to go ahead on and get this book. You do not want to be left out without this book. Yes, I have the only light skinned version.
Yes, he also you always have to tell that story when you show the book. So
Right.
he's showing you that book. I'm gonna show you the real book. Now, you see anything different?
Not the light skin version. How did?
Yeah, one has a
So-
white and one has a black hand.
So
Yes.
initially, I put a black hand, of course, because most of the time when you see books with wealth or about home buying, you typically don't see anything that looks like us on the front. So I wanted to, again, it's all about making people feel more comfortable in their process. And apparently, Amazon, when he ordered, they sent him that version, but my author copies all come with the black
They
hand.
think Anthony's white, or you need advice from a white person.
Well, they did the same thing to Rakim's book.
Oh,
Show him Rakim's book.
We have Rakim on the show.
You see that?
Really, you got to see this. Wait, hold it up. You got to see this.
All right, let me make
He
sure.
looked like Big Pun.
oh wow.
He does look like Big Pun.
This white
Sorry
lady
for
has
the
no
quiet.
comment.
Wow.
That- I don't know what Amazon is doing.
Wow.
But that's what they sending out. But doing that shipment, I guess they ran out of brown or something or black.
Right. Something happened with the printer. You almost need to keep them just so you can.
Rakim.
Well, what I said was these books are now worth $2,000. Well, Rakim's $2,000 because he signed his. Nia, I need you to get your sign. I need to get a sign.
You should have brought it to FinCon.
I did bring it to FinCon. I just didn't have it with
You
me.
did. Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Because I know you signed my other book that you gave me.
Yeah.
Wow. That is interesting.
I don't know what it is or why they do it, but they did it to both of our books.
Yeah. So hashtag
He was
buy the house.
Yeah, Rakim is my or people. No, he's my.
You said my complexion.
Rakim is.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, that's disrespectful.
That is.
You said that's the lady.
She said what?
She said that's
She said
disrespectful.
that's disrespectful.
Disrespectful. It's coming from a white lady.
I know, right? It's like I don't know if it's a conspiracy or what. We say that and they're like, oh, they just. But it's like, how did both of them come light skinned?
Right.
Did you order them around the same time?
Exactly the same day.
Oh, so maybe they was like they ran out of ink day and they figured you wouldn't know any better, but you actually know the authors.
And that's the big difference.
That's the difference. You know the authors. A typical person wouldn't, so they would never know.
Right. All right. So we got people watching. So go ahead on and type in hashtag buy the house if you want to go ahead on and get this book to go on and get started. Because we are talking about real estate and everything that we're talking about today is something that you will definitely need to know. And because I actually interviewed Nia and so many others in real estate, this book has been really helpful for me to even purchase my first property. So I highly recommend to get yourself a copy.
Yeah, they
Hopefully.
sent it. I'm looking at the hand again. I can't help but look at the hand.
Let me show you the reference.
All right, yeah. I'll stop.
You can see how light skinned it is compared to the original.
All right, let me see if I can get everybody up in there. Oh, let me get you solo. There you go. So that's the book right there.
The real hand.
The real hands. All right, so we got one entry. We at least need 2 entries to do a drawing. So Sierra, if you know a buddy or know a person that you want to make sure that you get this book, share this out. Thank you for coming through from the Facebook side of the house. Going on, give you a couple air horns for that one, because gotta get everybody up in here. Hey, we got 2 in the house. All right, BP, we in there. All right. Let's see. We got some drum roll. Since this is the last one, I might do my outro music. Let's see what we got. Okay, this is my little outro one. All right, so we got 2 people in here. All right, let's go. It's funny. It's only going between the two people. So. But make sure y'all like and like this particular one. Hey, Sierra got it. Yay! Congrats.
It's not your day, BP.
Yeah, BP. I'm sorry. It's not your day.
BP is a good video.
Yeah,
She
she
provides
was.
video services.
Okay.
FYI.
Oh, okay.
She was
Did
at
she put
FinCon.
hashtag in there, BP? I don't think you put your hashtag in there or your
No,
hand.
she didn't put hers in there. She didn't. I didn't see it. I saw yours and mine.
Put your
Yeah.
hand in the.
So if you guys want people to follow you, go down and put your your Instagram handle so we can go ahead on and follow you guys. I think I'm following everybody already that's in here. But I think
She said, "Wahoo!"
So Sierra, if you want to get this book, go ahead on and shoot me an email at anthony@aboutthatwallet.com. Let me see if I can change my thing. Change this out. Edit. Let's see.
Oh, you teach cycle classes, Crystal?
Really does in Chicago. And
Let me widen this out because you got a partner over there. There you go.
Yeah, I just moved from Chicago, born and raised in Chicago.
102nd and Western.
Oh, that's why I live on the north side.
Okay.
Boo.
That's why.
I used to live
Yeah.
there. Crystal and I have known each other since college, so we've been talking
nice.
for years. So it's funny when you guys say like, "I love my job" because I have a full-time job and we do fitness. So
nice.
Oh, nice.
On the side
it's kind of
Yeah,
like
I do. I like my job. I work for the I guess the people.
and there's nothing wrong with having two jobs. You get up at 4, you go to bed
There we go.
at midnight.
Southside.
I get up at 5. I do. I get up at 5. Mhm.
Typical life, and I see a lot of people wasting time watching Netflix. Going out to eat. That is 4 or 5 hours. You could be doing something productive with your life, like doing something, saving your money, putting your money away. I preach a big time about cooking your own food. Stop going out to eat. Stop wasting.
Same. So I have a newsletter that I send out weekly, and 1 week is dedicated to a healthy recipe. Like, so I share like a YouTube video. So you have, because we got food at the house. So I'm going to either help you have food at the house, by give you new recipes.
Is $10,000 a year almost. You could go to Africa on a safari instead of going to Starbucks. So
You know how many places I could go for $10,000?
Yeah.
You talk about that trip, that layover trip you just took. How much was that? The one you
The trip that I just took with the Europe trip.
No, the one you went on the islands with. And remember you said you had the layover.
Where?
Oh, I go to Carnival every year in Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh,
And
I
so my husband's
So
from
I'm-
Barbados. Have you been to Barbados?
Oh, no. Yes, I have. I love Barbados.
Do the crop over in Barbados?
I haven't. I have not.
It's fun.
I'm hooked on Trini. I heard that crop over was good.
Convince someone to go.
You said what? Oh, really? You don't want to go, Crystal?
She's been to Barbados, but not the crop over. So maybe we could do like a blog.
Remember,
with
we
our outfits on. It'll go viral.
It'll go viral.
Oh, you went mute. He is mute.
Oh. There she goes. She's not mute unless she muted herself.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, are you there?
Yeah, she lost.
Oh no.
Her iPods did.
I mean, we see it.
I had to wait for the
There
call
you
to
go.
go.
I was gonna say.
But what was I gonna say?
Yeah, we up here making fun of you the whole time. Like, yo, where you at?
I had a phone call coming through, and I didn't want to decline them and make it seem like I was rejecting them.
Gotcha.
You know, it's my daughter.
Oh.
What was I gonna say? But yeah, so I go there. So he's talking about, because leaving Trinidad to come back can get very expensive. So I typically book to another island so that I can save money, which sounds odd, but I save money that way because the flight coming back was like $1,000, and then I paid I think $400 to go to Antigua and then leave Antigua and come back. Yeah. So I end up paying that, and then I found an Airbnb for like $200. So I'm doing good, right? And I would have paid over $1,000 for the one flight just going back straight from Trinidad.
Yep.
I want to go to crop over though. Maybe 2025.
Well, Nia, you got to message Crystal or me, and then we hook up at the crop over, and we're gonna have fun.
Yes, definitely. It's a vibe, man.
While we're drinking, we'll talk about finances.
Exactly.
Make it a business trip.
Yes.
Yeah.
It does. We can have a consultation
Ooh.
at a breakfast fete.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we could put on a seminar, and even if it's just a few of us. There's our seminar. There's our retreat.
I'm super proud
A
of you.
retreat. Hey, there you go. It's a retreat.
Nia, I'm super proud of you. You know, like we've all purchased houses. I was telling Crystal when I purchased my first house, I had to learn everything because
I did too. That's why I bought and lost it in the same year.
My mom purchased houses. She was like, figure it out on your own. You have an education. And so I went to my credit union. I sat down and learned about mortgages. I had to learn like what was the best one because I didn't know what to do. And I just felt really ignorant and really dumb. And there was nobody to help. And
that's why I feel like people feel like when you start hearing these terms you don't know.
And you go with whatever your realtor says, and your realtor is not educated. They're just a realtor. So you have
not about loans. Not about loans. I mean, even the good realtors, some of them, they don't know about the lending side of things.
To be able to find you the right house, you have to do everything yourself. If you are, you just have to do the legwork if you want to like be successful. And so, unfortunately, it takes time, effort, and energy. But like, you can do it. You can do it. We've all done it. You know, like here I am.
Can do it.
I'm an immigrant. I'm a lawyer. I came here. You know what I mean? We started our own business. I got 2 jobs. I work all the time. And it's just when I hear people say, oh, well, you know, I get up at 4 and I go to bed at 5. You know, I get home at 6. And I'm like, that's it? That's wonderful.
You get to sleep after that?
Yeah, like I'm working all the time. But, you know, there's going to come a point where I don't have the energy and we get older. And we can't do it.
And you want the luxury to not be able to do it.
Yeah. And you may not have if you have rich parents, that's great. But most of us don't.
Do not.
Parents, we would not be listening to this podcast.
We'll be in the bed sleep already.
Right. Parents are going to help you. So if you don't have assistance, financial aid, you don't have all this help, you really have to do it alone. And so just educate yourself, do the legwork. It's not that hard and it's worth it.
I agree. See, she should have came on earlier.
I know, right?
I'm glad you finally came on.
Like you wrote a book helping somebody from front to back.
Literally, yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. I mean, obviously, you can't predict every single home buying transaction, but I want it to be an impartial party that I'm not making anything off you purchasing the home. I'm not a realtor. I'm not a loan officer. Like my goal is to help you stay in the home. They just want to help you get the home.
That's wonderful.
Because foreclosure is real. Yeah.
Yeah. So
ask me how I know.
Now you're an expert. You know what I mean? So like
exactly. And now I'm a real estate investor. Like it does not define you at all.
Yeah.
It's really
hell, I'm in the process of buying a house right now in my new location.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah,
I closed Atlanta, where FinCon is next year.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna I
had just moved like maybe 2 weeks before FinCon. And then they announced it was gonna be in Atlanta. I was like, okay.
Too. She's at Spelman.
You could have went to. You could have came to Spin.
Oh, you were here?
No, Chicago.
Oh, in Chicago, yeah. That's a trip.
Spelman.
Yeah.
You doing it? Well, it don't matter if you do virtual. I don't have a Spin bike.
That's okay.
I can get one though.
We do training.
I heard Spin is real.
It is.
Certified.
I heard it's I heard it's real.
I tried it twice.
Fun.
And that's the thing. Like, be active. Be productive. Don't just.
That's the word. Productive.
Productive. What can you do? Can you do 6 things? Why not? Why you want to do one thing? You could do 7 things. You could do everything.
You know what she sound like? Y'all remember in Living Color when everybody was like, "We got tree jobs." It's like that's it.
Oh,
man, we got tree jobs.
Jamaicans.
And we have educations, right? We have education.
I would love a reboot.
People think like,
oh my gosh, I would.
You got this.
Yeah.
People, you got this.
Yeah, because it's a book that I'm actually reading. I say audiobook, but it's called Mindset. I know I'm reversed. But
Yeah, I don't
the
like
reason why I like mindset is because it's talking about the growth mindset versus the fixed mindset.
There's
And what she's saying is like, why are you stuck? And then most people just fail and we like give up. Well, like I with the first property, it was like, well, I got my first
I
property,
could have right.
then it didn't work out, so I'm gonna just give up. Like,
Exactly.
And
and
we went
then
foreclosure too, and we made $100,000 profit on that foreclosure
on a foreclosure.
Mhm.
on the
Yeah.
south side of Chicago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So these are doable things. You can do this. You
What?
can do this.
Well, I want to do well, maybe I send y'all a message offline, but I was gonna say like I want to find more like meetups and things like the way you went to FinCon Beach. Uh I want to find more meetups like that to go to.
Yeah, because I did FinCon ski pre-COVID.
You do
And I
all
was
this.
like, okay, when they have something else, I'm going. And then so when they had FinCon Beach, I was like, I'm definitely. And it was in Destin too, in Destin, Florida.
Oh, I think I saw that. Well, they said they're doing the whole travel thing now, so we'll see what they have
I know
coming
I
up.
saw that TravelCon or whatever.
Yeah, there you go, TravelCon. Yeah.
Like, oh, whatever.
They got that. No, I don't know.
Because I talked to PT about that before they announced it. Like, I think a few hours before they announced it. And he was like, yeah, we just want to see what we can take this to the next level. And this is kind of what we're looking into. And I was like, okay, just kind of hearing him out, seeing what he want to do. But he didn't mention anything about FinCon specifically on how they want to branch that out a little bit more.
Mhm.
Because I think after like coming up almost on 10, 15 years for them now for FinCon.
Yeah, I've been to all of them. 2000, that was when you were in Schaumburg. I mean, in Wheeling. That was 2011 was the first FinCon.
Wow. So it's almost like running this course, but still the longest running one that I've heard of.
Yeah, yeah, and it's growing still. It's still growing even after he had his snafu.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
So, all right. I know this is my show, but is there any last word?
Is it though?
Like the stage right? All right, deuces.
Bye, guys. I don't
You might just get just send you the link and just kind of
Okay, right. We need to drop her tag in the chat.
Yeah.
Next time. All right. So is there any last things that y'all want to say to leave everybody with something that they can take action on today? Like a call to action for tonight.
Reach out to somebody. That's my advice. Reach out to one person that's doing what you want to do and ask them, even ask ChatGPT, ask them a few questions. That's gonna help you get to your next level.
Awesome. All right. Nia, you got something?
I'm gonna say figure out exactly like where you want to go. Like write it down. Like make it in stone what it is or where you're trying to go just to start off with. And then like same thing, like she said, like find people to follow, start consuming that content and consuming things about that topic regularly so that you can start replacing. It'll change your whole algorithm. So then your algorithm won't bring any of those other things. It'll start bringing that good content and continue to help you stay focused.
Awesome. And as you're talking about bringing up that content, make sure you continue to go ahead on and like, subscribe, and hit that bell so that you can continue in getting this lovely content. Because as you know, we talk about habits all day, every day. And understanding what a habit is the usual behaviors that you have. Now you're wondering like, well, what usual behaviors? What is a behavior, Anthony? So a behavior is something where it actually your reactions to things in your lifestyle. It's a build up of activities that you do based on the situations that you're expressed with. So because you have understanding of a habit, you have the understanding of what a behavior is. I want you to go out there and build strong financial habits. All right, everybody. Y'all have a good one. We're out. Peace.